with Regis Prograis, local fighter, going global. Big names in your future, man. You're 19-0. You just stopped a guy in the first round. First of all, that fight was recent. Talk to me about what went on there. How tough was the fight for you? Even a first-round knockout, what did it take to get it?
Well, first off, I just want to thank everybody coming out to, it was in Biloxi, Mississippi. Really, the fight, I fought it tough. First off, and before I even start, so the dude, he came in 7 pounds over the weight. The weight was 140. He came in at 147 on the scales, and he was already all the way sucked down. So anyways, just getting that out there. The fight itself, this fight, since I had so many people from New Orleans come and watch me and support me, I wanted to come out and box. A lot of people know me as a power puncher and go out there and get people out and try to knock people out because I have power. But this fight, I want to show people that I can do more. I want to be known as a versatile fighter, not just known for my power. So, I want to go out there and box, and I guess it just didn't happen. I caught him, and I caught him right at the perfect shot, perfect timing, perfect punch, and he went down and he couldn't get back up.
Boxing in all regions have kind of their styles, their signatures. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're from here in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there's a New Orleans style, something organic from this area that you bring into the ring?
I feel like it's a style, but I feel like more it's a mindset. It's the mentality, the New Orleans mentality. And the New Orleans mentality is just like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to destroy you. That's my mentality, first off. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to destroy you. And I feel like I get that because of being from New Orleans.
Some guys don't get the hype that they deserve early in their career. 19 fights, you're in the game now. That's when it's time to start stepping up in competition and maybe chasing these championships. Where do you feel like you're at in your career? And this is early in the year, 2017. Looking forward, map it out for me. How do you get to that next level in the career that you want to build here?
Really, I do feel like I'm under the radar right now. I feel like, I am 19. I'm 19, 16 knockouts. I have a high knockout percentage, and I feel like I am under the radar right now. I do want some big names now. I haven't just, everybody I fought been, solid opponents, and I haven't just been beating them, I've been destroying them. Everybody you put in front of me, I destroyed them. It's only 3 people that went the distance, and those 3 people, I destroyed them. So now, I want some big names now. I want to get some big names under my belt to show people what I can really do. I still haven't had a hard fight yet to where I show everybody everything that I can do.
140 pounds is an impacted division. There's a lot of talent there. Mm-hmm. Who would you like to face? What's that fight that you feel like can put the spotlight on you and you perform well and become a household name?
They have a couple of names out there. Number one is Ricky Burns, because he has the WBA, and I definitely want, of course, you in it for the titles. I want the titles. Provodnikov is out there. He's battle tested, and that's somebody that I feel like can really push me, and I can really show off against somebody like that. And Ashley Theophane, he's battle tested also. He lost to Adrian Broner, but Adrian Broner came in over the scales overweight. So I feel like those 3 names is something that can be potential for me, something big, and then I can show the world who I really am.
At 28, you're still a young man. In this sport, though, you're climbing into the ranks of those who have been in for a while. You can start looking at veterans and seeing where you came from and what influenced you. So that's long enough in this sport to be able to look back and see what kind of trends maybe are part of your style or that you bring into the ring after what you've seen. Are there guys that you've looked up to on your way up, or even guys locally that we may not know nationally that influenced you and got you to where you need to be right now?
Well, first off, let's go back when I was about 13 or 14, right? So it was late one night. I was up and ESPN Classic was on, and it was Mike Tyson, highlights of Mike Tyson. He was destroying people. His highlights, he was destroying people. He was known as the baddest man on the planet, and I said, I want to be like this man one day. And because he was just destroying people, and if you watch me fight, that's the same style I bring in. I don't have the same style, but the same mentality. I come in to destroy my opponents. And of course, that's somebody I looked up to. And then a couple of years back, like when I was maybe 3-4 years ago, I learned about Roberto Duran. And he was the Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson, and I look up to him even more because he's my size. So those 2 people, and I'm just a fan of just killers. I'm just boxing boxing is a brutal sport. It sounds bad, but I go in there to destroy my opponents. That's what I do. So Tyson and Duran is all Pacquiao. People like that. That's who I really look up to.
Now, people look at boxing, those who are not in the sport from the outside, like it's a brutal sport. We talk about destroying people, taking them down piece by piece. And there is that aspect of the sport, but there's another aspect of it too. These guys are warriors, but they're gentlemen.
Yeah.
And you alike. I see, is that your son over there?
That's my son.
Right? He looks exactly like you. I see you in a fatherhood kind of role. They won't see that in the ring, but talk to me about how that influences your career and the way you look at what you have to accomplish in this life and this sport.
Well, I mean, of course, just being I mean, we savages inside the ring, but of course, outside the ring, we all, like you said, we all gentlemen. I'm a family man. I have my son, he's 3. I have a daughter. She is, my son is 3. My daughter is 6 months, so it's just, outside of that, I'm real calm. I barely don't even whoop them, because I have no aggression. I train all day long, and so I hit the bags and I kill my sparring partners and they try to kill me. So all that's, doing all that stuff, you go home and you have no aggression. This boy, my son, he does all kinds of stuff, and it's like I can't get mad at him because, of course he's a kid, but at the same time, I have no type of aggression in me.
These New Orleans streets are known to be rough. There's a lot of neighborhoods like that in America, and a lot of fighters come out of those neighborhoods. Talk to me about your neighborhood, where you came from, and how you ended up coming to the sport of boxing.
Well, I came from New Orleans East, and this is when I came up. New Orleans East was kind of, it was kind of a good neighborhood. It was still bad. I grew up fighting. I always grew up fighting. Me and my friends, we fought. I always had fights in high school, in middle school, in elementary school. We always had fights. But yeah, I don't know. It just boxing. Boxers are known to come from rough neighborhoods, and
this sport just spoke to you at a young age.
I think like I was telling you earlier, I've been rough since an early age. I just felt like even when I was my son's age, I was always rough. I have a sister, and of course, when I was younger, I used to fight with her. I got a little older, I couldn't fight with my sister no more, so I did karate, and I kept going back and forth, but karate just wasn't for me. Didn't have enough contact. The last time I went to karate, we sparred, and I hurt somebody in sparring. And they was like, you can't come back. You can't do karate, because I didn't even kick no more because I kept quitting and coming back and playing football and stuff. So they were saying like, you can't do it. So I hurt somebody in sparring. It was like, you need to go box. So then I played football, and this is like one of my original stories. I went to McDonald 35, the first high school I went to, and then so all the football players, we used to get in the gloves, and I was just beating everybody. We used to get in the gloves every Friday, the whole football team, and just throw gloves on people. And I was smaller, and I was just whooping everybody every Friday. So one Friday, one of the football coaches came in the gym, and he watched. And right after that, I took off the gloves. He pulled me to the side. He was like, look, you need to quit football and you need to start boxing. The next day, I went to the head coach. I said, look, I'm done. And I started boxing. And ever since then, I just loved it. Like, I just love boxing. It's more, for me, it's more than a passion. It's more than a love. It's an obsession. Like, I'm obsessed with boxing. I can't even go in the gym without even touching something. Like, I have to do it.
Regis, I know that the fight fans and the national boxing audience, even global boxing audience, will be seeing you soon. You're right on the cusp. You'll be at that next level soon. You'll be in their living rooms on the television. When they see Regis Prograis on the program, what can they expect? Why should boxing fans, wherever you are on the marquee, why should they tune in to see your fight? Well, whoa, hold on. Watch this. Bam! Because that's what we do.
Well, look, it come right back.
Yeah, but he ain't going to stick.
But so, all right. First off, for the people, I have 19 fights, 16 knockouts. For the people that see me, they gonna keep coming back to see me. And for the people that haven't seen me yet, I know I bring excitement to the sport. Right now, it's the era of going out of the era of Floyd Mayweather. Everybody, the whole Floyd Mayweather thing, the being slick, being defensive, and I love Floyd Mayweather, but that's not my style. My style is to go out there and destroy people. And I feel like boxing needs a fighter like me to come up, and somebody like me or Triple G or something like that to be coming up, because we are competing with MMA. MMA, a lot of people saying, I get into it all the time with fans from MMA, boxing is better, MMA is better. So, and because a lot of fighters are trying to be like Floyd now, and they trying to be defensive, but a lot of fighters don't realize it's only one Floyd Mayweather. You can't do it. Have your own style, so I'm glad that I developed my own style, and my mentality, being from New Orleans, my mentality is that kill mentality. And people need to, I feel like people need to watch me, and boxing needs somebody like me or more fighters like me.
Hey, no disrespect to UFC, but that's apples and oranges. This is the sweet science. I'm talking to a sweet scientist right here, Regis Prograis. We're out here in New Orleans on All-Spar weekend. I'm telling you, man, New Orleans has a boxing culture that you need to come see. You need to see this man in the ring. Whenever you see him on the marquee, on the television, tune in. Regis Prograis is out here doing big things.